took a huge amount of action for everyone else after you, because you were a photographer, and then you kind of went on this journey, and after it, you're hearing the women behind in the dressing room talk about their bodies while you were doing the bodybuilding competition, with what you say, perfect body, still hating their bodies. You were like, I've got to do something. This has just got to stop. And this is when you decided, okay, I'm going to make a documentary and get this in front of as many women around the world as I can, which you have done. And Embrace is a gift. So thank you. It is
so
just such a beautiful, having you be so honest and raw, and the journey that you take us on during it is so empowering.
Oh, that's so kind. It's like Embrace really is like a fourth baby to me. One woman doesn't make a film. I was surrounded by incredible and talented people. But also I think the film came about after the before and after photographs went so viral.
Yeah.
To make headline news around the world because you have embraced and loved your body after. That is crazy in itself.
Because were you doing interviews in America and all around about that
everywhere?
Picture?
Poland, France, Austria, Germany, UK, Canada, Japan, you name it. I've got all these, well, probably my mum. I'm not a narcissist. I haven't got all my news clipping, but I know mum has. But I've seen some of it and I've gone, this is crazy. A friend of mine got off a Qantas plane and rang me and said, Taryn, you made the in-flight news.
Oh, did you?
That's how ridiculous it was, that it broke people's brains that a woman loved her body after. What people didn't see was the 7,000 odd emails that I received from mostly women around the world sharing their heartbreaking stories. So this very quickly became about community and all of us connecting. It wasn't just my story anymore. And it needed a big solution. And I thought, being a photographer and being creative, I'm like, I'll make a doco. Like,
oh, easy peasy.
so now I work at the South Australian Film Corp, and if I'm walking down the corridors to filmmakers, I'm like, sorry for being an arsehole. It's really hard. Sorry. But gosh, I mean, I had to go in, I guess, that green with that mentality, because had I have known the road ahead, it was...
Oh, you wouldn't have done it.
Extraordinarily hard. But look, it was a crowd-funded film because no one was going to take a punt on a first-time director. And 8,909 people backed the project. So there was already some magic and some spark right from the beginning with Embrace. And whenever I travel around the world now, I'm always just, if anyone in this audience is one of those backers, put your hand up, and I always make sure I hug them afterwards, because it's our film.
Totally. And you had the aim to raise 200,000, and you made over 300, and people donated that you got over 300,000, which gave you the money to make Embrace. Yeah,
it was a 60-day campaign, and we hit it on day 12.
Wow.
And this really speaks volumes to hit that so quickly.
Doesn't it? It's because it's not just an issue in Australia. It's a worldwide, it's like an epidemic, women hating bodies.
It's an epidemic.
And it's not just, you know, your suburb and where you get your Lululemons. It's worldwide. And I found fascinating in it is even countries like Fiji, where the bigger women are celebrated and loved after they get access to TV. And, you know, back when that happened, it was like, right, we're dieting, stripping off this weight, which is was
the
just
globalisation
recognised
of media.
Yes. With Embrace, you did have to leave your family for quite a long time. How long did you have to go overseas? And
I went overseas and then came back, and then went overseas, and then they came and met me. It was just a bit of a mess for a couple of years. I say that it wasn't a mess, but you know, it was a juggle of 3 kids and travel. So it took 2 years from start to finish making Embrace. And that was also because first-time director. I mean, I would interview people for about 4 hours just to make sure we've got it all. You know, like just making some little mistakes along the way. But I do give myself a big pat on the back, because do you remember Ricky Lake?
Yes.
I interviewed her and I did not once say, go Ricky,
go Ricky. God, good on you.
I just felt like I really needed a gold star that day.
She was fascinating in it because she was the original girl in Hairspray. What was her character's name?
Oh gosh, I should know this.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, she was the character in Hairspray, and she was cast because she was a bigger girl. And she was saying how she was, you know, getting all of this praise and everything, but internally hating her body and hating what she looked like. And God, she's been on a journey as well. People really grabbed what you were trying to do, Ashton Kutcher. So how did you get in touch with him? How did that happen?
Well, he got in touch with me.
Oh, of course he did.
And I tell you, I let my husband know that Sunday morning when I woke up, because I always check my phone. We do a lot of work in the US, and I just see what's happening over there. And I had all these messages like, Ashton Kutcher, Ashton Kutcher. And I'm like, what's going on? And then eventually I saw that he had blogged about my story. Right. And so Matt was sleeping next to me, and I was like, whacking him awake. I'm like, Ashton Kutcher's still blogged about me. I've still got it. He's like, shut up, Taryn, go back to sleep. But look, my dad always taught me that people are just people. So we all come into the world the same. We all leave the same. So there's no hierarchy here. However, when someone like an Ashton Kutcher and Rosie O'Donnell, and there was a bunch of celebrities, they just threw their weight behind the Kickstarter campaign.
So great.
It was, you know, that's why it was so successful, having a bit of a nudge along.
Totally. And it just helps to get it out there, you know, if they're writing about it and talking about it.
Yeah, because I was at home. I was at home with my washing. I just remember having a little laptop, like a little monkey I was, with all this washing piled up around me, just going, okay, I need to do an interview. How does one do, like it was just me and my 3 young kids.
Unreal.
And so it wasn't like I had a publicity team or an agent or a manager or anyone piecing this together. So I don't actually believe in luck. I think we all create our own luck and our own paths, but I definitely feel like there was some element of magic that happens with this project.
Which is so awesome, on top of what you were trying to get out to the world, which is such a huge thing to talk about and get conversations happening. Just to go, you literally had never done anything like that in your life, and you have, for, you know, since you've made it, you've still been touring, talking about it and getting it out there. Like, it's become your world. You've learnt something so new and so different and shifted into a whole new path of work. Yeah,
it's that's interesting, because I think very early on it became less about me and more about other people. So I mean, I remember writing my first book and I'm like, oh, I dropped out of school, English was my worst subject, like total imposter syndrome. But I went and I did it, speaking. I couldn't speak in my 20s in a boardroom situation in the corporate world. I'd get so nervous. And, you know, last year I was speaking to the leadership team at Google in Silicon Valley. And the reason these things are able to happen is because there is a message that needs to be told. So it's not about me, and it's not about, oh, my fear, I can't do it. It's not about that. It's about, we need to fix this problem in our for us and for the next generation. So I think you need to get out of your own way. And I also think the power of embracing your body is, it gives you an edge. It really does. I think you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, and more importantly, you back yourself. And having, you know, riding life now with a new best friend in the head is, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's a beautiful way of thinking about it.